ஹலோ. ஸோ இப்போ இன்னொரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் நம்ம வந்து கன்சிடர் பண்ணுவோம். 4096. ஓகே, 4096. ஸோ 4096ல் பாருங்கள், மொத்தம் 4 டிஜிட் இருக்கு இல்லையா? ஸோ யூனிட் பிளேஸ்லேருந்து நீங்கள் போன எக்ஸாம்பிளில் சொன்ன மாதிரியே பார் பிளேஸ் பண்ணிகிட்டே வாங்க. யூனிட் பிளேஸு 10th பிளேஸில் இருக்கிற நம்பர் 96. 96க்கு மேலே ஒரு பார் போடுங்க. அடுத்த 100,000ஸில் இருக்கக்கூடிய 40க்கு மேலே ஒரு பார் போடுங்க. ஓகே, ஸோ 4096ல் 2 பார் வருது. 96க்கு மேலே ஒரு பார், 40க்கு மேலே ஒரு பார். சரிங்களா? இப்போ நீங்கள் எஸ்டிமேட் பண்ண வேண்டியது the closest square number. So the largest number, when it is multiplied with itself, right, the result is less than or equal to 40. So இதில் வந்து அப்படிப்பட்ட நம்பர் என்ன இருக்கு? 5 5 25. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 6 is 36. 7 times 7 is 49, which is greater than 40. So 36 is the closest square, which is less than 40. இல்லையா? So divisor 6 போட்டுக்கிடுங்க. Quotient you put 6. Okay, so you put in quotient 6, divisor 6. So 6 are 36. And what is 40 minus 36? You get a remainder as 4. Now you bring down the next bar. You have 96, right? So you bring it down. So your new dividend becomes 496. Multiply 6 by 2, double it. So the first 2 digits of your divisor becomes 12, and then put a dash next to it. Right? Now we will have to estimate the second digit of the quotient and also the last digit of the divisor. So you have the dividend as 496. So try putting 4. So when you put 4, the divisor becomes 124. The quotient it becomes 4. So what is 4 times 124? It is 496. Right? So 4 times 124 is 496. You get a remainder as 0. So what is the final quotient after arriving at the remainder as 0? You have got 64. Right? So 64 is the square root of 4096. So you will have to just continue in this fashion how much ever bars you have in the digits. Let us assume you have decimals. So இப்போ decimals இருக்கும்போது எப்படி நம்ம ஸ்கொயர் ரூட் கண்டுபிடிப்போம்? அதுக்கும் மெத்தட் ஒன்று தான். Let me take one sample. 17.64. Okay. These examples are there in the NCERT book. So as much as possible, I am picking up examples only from the NCERT book so that when you verify into your book, you will be able to relate with my video. So let us consider 17.64. So in 17.64, 17 is the whole part and 6.64. 64 is the decimal part, right? So what you have to do is the whole part, the integer part, start with the unit place and place bars like how you did previously in previous examples. So you have only 2 digits before the decimal, right? 17. So place a bar on top of it. And when you are coming to the decimal part, you start placing the bar immediately after the decimal. So here in this case, you have 0.64. So place a bar on top of 0.64. So even in decimals, you are going to select 2 digits at a time. Okay. So you will consider the first and second decimal, place a bar, and if you have multiple numbers in the decimal, choose the third and fourth decimal, place a bar on top of it. So in our example, I have placed a bar on top of 17 because that is the integral part. Okay, so there are only two numbers, hence I have put a bar on top of it, and on the decimal part also we have only two numbers, and hence I have put one bar on top of it. Right? Now put the division simple. Like before, you consider first 17, choose the closest square. Right? 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 5 is 25. So you put 4 on the quotient as well as divisor. So 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, 17 minus 16 is 1, remainder is 1. Now you will have to bring down the decimal part, 64. Okay, don't put decimal in your calculation, but for the quotient you put a decimal because you are bringing down the decimal part. So the quotient becomes 4 point. When the new number, when you bring down 64, it becomes 164. Okay. Now double 4 becomes 8. Right? So double 4, it becomes 8. The first integer, the first number in your divisor becomes 8. But you have to find one more digit, right? Because that is the rule. So if you look at quotient, it will be 4 point. And here you have 8 with a dash. So like before, we have to estimate the number which when placed after the decimal, in the quotient, right? And which also will be placed as a second digit. And when you multiply that number with this digit, should be closer or equal to 164. So what is that number? If you put 2, we get 164, right? So after the decimal in the quotient you put 2, here also you put 2, it becomes 82. 2 into 82 becomes 164, you get a remainder as 0. So hence square root of 17.64 is nothing but 4.2. Right? So the only difference when you find the square root of a decimal is that, see, the integral part or the integer part, you will start placing the bars from unit place, choosing two numbers at a time. Wherein the decimal part, you will start placing the bar, right, choosing two numbers immediately after the decimal. Okay. So here from the decimal, you are going leftwards, right? For the decimal part, you are going rightwards. Okay. That is the only difference. So that you have to remember. So this way, we will be able to find square roots for many complex numbers. See, sometimes we can also estimate, right, what could probably be the square root of a number. See, the perfect squares have a square root, right? But there could be numbers whose square root itself can be in decimals. So instead of calculating it, we may be asked to estimate what could be the square root, okay, or what could be the closest square root. So let me take one example from the book itself. See, you have been asked to find the square root of 80, right? They are saying estimate the square root of 80. So you know that 8 square is 64, 9 square is 81. So 9 square is very close to 80, isn't it? So we say that square root of 80 is approximately 9. Right? It is approximately 9. Similarly, we will be able to estimate the square root of many different numbers by identifying the closest square which is less than the given number and the closest square that is greater than the given number. Just see which one is very close. See, if you are given the closest number less than the given number is 64, then you will say the square root is approximately 8. Okay, you are getting 65 as the number. Okay, then the square root of 65 is approximately 8. But if it is 80, which is closer to 81, you will say the square root is approximately 9. Okay, so this is how you estimate. This is only from the perspective of quickly understanding, quickly telling ourselves what could be the square root. Okay, so that way, when we are calculating it, when we are getting into little complicated calculations later on, we know that the answer has to be in this range. All right, so for that purpose only we talk about this estimation. Otherwise, in order to find square root, we have primarily three different methods, right? One is repeated subtraction method that we saw in our earlier video. Second is prime factorization method, and third is long division method. Okay, so with this we come to the end of squares and square roots. In our next video, I will run through the exercises like how I do it for every chapter, and then we will proceed with cubes and cube roots after the exercises. Okay, so in case if you have any doubts, right, you have to write an email to Ask Mentor Guru. Ask is ASK, mentor is MENTOR, Guru GURU @gmail.com. Okay, Ask Mentor Guru @gmail.com. All right, so you please write your doubts to Ask Mentor Guru @gmail.com. If you want keys to exercises, detailed answers to exercises, you can buy from us. We will provide you at a cost. If you want to clarify any specific lessons, see, we are trying our best. I am trying my level best to make the lessons as simpler as possible, so that you need not have to come to me. Okay, but in case if you have doubts in a particular lesson that need to be cleared, I am available. You can fix an appointment with me, but we charge for personal appointments. As I had told you in our earlier videos, we definitely charge for personal appointments. Not a very high amount, but there is a charge that you have to remember, because my vision is that personal appointments should be kept to minimum. See, as parents, if let us say, if you are a tuition teacher, you go through my videos, you compare it with the NCERT book, then I'm 100% sure you can help your children, you can help your students. Okay, so that is the vision that I'm carrying. I'm trying to share my knowledge so that others can take the knowledge, right, and then help students, help children. I'm also confident when students see this video, they will be able to follow the lessons. All right, because these lessons will be covered in schools as well, right? So these videos, my videos, are videos that are meant to assist you. So we do not want many people to come for personal appointments, but however, if you still have doubts, you are free to come to me, right? And please share it with as many children as possible. Please share it with as many people as you can, because we are going to upload right from 5th standard onwards to 9th standard. So it is going to help 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th standard students. we are going to upload all the lessons as per the NCERT syllabus. Okay, so share it with your friends, share it with whomsoever you can, right? Let everyone benefit. All right, thank you very much. So in our next video we will quickly run through the exercises. Okay, thank you.